Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Bó bá ṣe àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún bàbá.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Jíjó ìbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran rèé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó pé wọ́n débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
ayé kò ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kí. ayé kò ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá.
Watching from. This is Mayegun Live. And it is a pleasure to join you again this morning. It is right now 5 minutes past 11 o'clock in Scotland, Glasgow, Scotland. So wherever you are watching from, this is your reminder program again to tell you that no matter how much millions of Nigerians as they are suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, deliberately or ignorantly, Stockholm Syndrome to form ignorance of the failure that stares them in the face all the time. And we are here to remind them, no matter how much they try to change the story. I captioned this, broadcast as, where do you think BOKO Haram is taking Nigeria to? Where do you think, in your own church mind now, and in your own mosque mind now, where do you think BOKO Haram is taking Nigeria? Security of lives and properties. Security of life. Most importantly, security of lives. Lives. How much is a life worth in Nigeria right now in the last 5 years? I know that our dear brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, the Buhari Dins, the Buhari Didiris, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungozi Haris, the Unneka Haris, the Nnamdi Haris, the obedient fools, the humbled slaves, the sophisticated morons, the social media bandits, the Facebook adsmen, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, and the Mumu lecturers, the Buhari idiots, and their entire clan. I put this up to ask you, in your own mind of mind, where do you think BOKO Haram is taking Nigeria? I know where they are taking you. They are taking you to the grave. So the longer you continue to claim one Nigeria, the more they will be using your blood to fuel and fund, their jihadi, mission, so to say. Let's put it that way. It's about blood. It's about blood. Drain the blood. Spill the blood. It's about fear. Scare them. Fear-mongering, and so on. It's about intimidation. Intimidate them. It's about coercion. It's about oppression. It is about taking away everything that makes you human. If you can reason, this is not for everybody. Where do you think BOKO Haram is taking you? Where do you think that APC, all past criminals, associations of present criminals, all promises cancelled, they call them, a gang of terror team who conspired to take over power, and they have the power, but they lost the country. More divided than ever, and they are so confident that they must have conquered everybody in their own warped, myopic minds. That's how, when you see people, the bullies, the cowards who take over power to bully you, to forcefully force you to respect them, this is how they rule. Terrorists are having field day. Activists are being sent to jail. That is the summary story of Nigeria. In Nigeria, terrorists are being paid, freed, while activists, human rights activists, genuine ones, are being targeted, are being eliminated, incarcerated, jailed for no reason. They are not just jailing them; they are doing so at total abuse of the court system, the law that actually probably gave them the power. They are the criminals. When you are looking for terrorists in charge or terrorists terrorizing your lives from any part of Nigeria, trust me, your government is the one funding them. Now, I was talking about, I shared something early this morning, and I shared it was about Mayegun. You know Mayegun very well. If you ask Mayegun's friends, why did you like the guy? They will say, I love Mayegun because he is the most detribalized presenter I've seen on social media. Is the guy who just want to talk about every injustice. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter where you come from. He's a Yoruba man, we all know. And if you ask my friends, they will tell you that. Because they know that when I go after the criminals, when you see your criminal leaders, as Yoruba leaders, as Igbo leaders, as Hausa or Fulani leaders, as a Muslim leaders, as Christians leaders, I don't see them as that. I see criminals. So I don't identify them by their tribes. And that is why many people actually love Mayegun. You may not know. You may be wondering why. What is this guy doing differently? What is so special? When I ask people to come together and say, my friends, let's come together and do something. And the moment I get their nod, yes, it will be done. Are you not asking yourself why? So they are the rock, they are the backbone of what Mayegun's diary is now all about. They are the diary. But when you ask our other brothers over there, who are also victims of this bad governance, failed system and the rest, yeah, they will tell you, if you ask them who is Mayegun, they will tell you that Mayegun is, I've actually read few, they are minute, and I just need to mention them. For the sake of those of you who are going to be watching me for the first time, that's why I need to make that explanation there. One guy wrote and he said, you are talking about, there is this quote, and it's a quote that I've later realized was not actually from Shuba Okadigbo. This quote is not from Shuba Okadigbo. It's actually from a young Nigerian lawyer who actually posted something on Facebook back in 2017. And it was in reaction to people being carried away by tribal division in the face of real terror threat from the government they have ignorantly and foolishly brought upon themselves. A young man wrote it. And from that post, I can't pronounce his name probably, but he's a lawyer. When I get his name, I'll give him his credit. And this is the quote from that write-up. He said, if you are emotionally attached to your tribe, religion, or political leaning to the point, listen to this, comprehension is an issue. Nigerians, many Nigerians have problem with comprehension, right? And it seems to be a human problem anyway. But comprehension is the key. This is the quote again. If you are emotionally attached to your tribe, to your religion or political leaning, to the point that truth and justice become secondary considerations, your education is useless. Your exposure is useless. If you cannot reason beyond petty sentiment, you are a liability to mankind. Someone said, and someone came under that post and said, that post was actually talking about you, Mayegun. Well, many came. And when I look at them, funnily, they are our brothers. You will be seeing the names like Tahir. You'll be seeing the names like Subair, Abubakar, Seidu, and so on and so forth. From Nasarawa, from Kebbi, from Kaduna, from Zaria, from Kano. When you check them up, and you know what they said? They said, you, Mayegun, you are the one who is causing division. You are using tribe to divide us. You are using this to... Even if they curse you, can't you manage and try, rebook them once? I am talking about your criminal leaders. They are not stealing your money in the name of Yoruba, in the name of Hausa, in the name of Igbo, in the name of Ijo, in the name of Ishekiri, in the name of anybody. They are stealing the money as thieves who have the opportunity to get closer to your commonwealth. So if talking about those criminals make me a tribalist to Buhari Deans and the Buhari Didenis, the Buhari Denotus and the Buhari Dijatus, if talking about your leaders is what makes me divisive, aha, may you get the help you deserve. Because, like I do say, normally any reasonable person, people who have who still have their kind of brain still working, kind of, right? You will never ever oppose whatever Mayegun does. And it's the truth. You know why? I have my targets. I am going for them. I am encouraging my friends that, you know what, let us go for these people. They have lied to you and me. They told me and you that Igbo is our problem. Yoruba is your problem. Hausa Fulani is your problem. There are people who actually believe that so strongly, until we begin to let you know that, listen, you are all the problem. Your leaders are just cashing on that. And the more they keep telling you that Hausa this, Igbo that, and all of this, you will never, ever, ever find the strength to destroy them, because the real people who are actually destroying every part of Nigeria are the people who come from those areas, who claim to be representing those areas. And no outsider is destroying any part of Nigeria. No outsider. If you go to Igbo land, those who are encouraging the destructions of Igbo land, they are Igbo people. Those who are encouraging and working towards the destruction and manipulation of Igbo land and Igbo people, they are Igbo people. So those outsiders that will come in and do whatever they like, as you have said, listen, they would not have been allowed if the real owners of the land have stood their ground and not playing a pussy. Those who destroy Yoruba land, those who make Yoruba people poor, though generational poverty and the rest of that, they are not Hausa Fulani. They are not Igbos. They are not from any other places. They are your leaders. They are the people you call leaders. And it's so obvious. Okay? And I will not join the bandwagon of those who have to join, I don't want to join the bandwagon of those that will say, oh, because you are my friend, if you don't like someone, then I must not like that person too. That is so old and that is so stupid. The people that have the opportunity of making every region better, they speak the language of that region. Those who make Niger Delta what it is today, they are the Niger Delta leaders, elders, dead, alive, public official, senator, governor, all of them. If you say Niger Delta, like we have been complaining, pushing the blame to Abuja, so I am not one of those. So you will not come on here and say, oh, Mayegun, you are the one who is causing division. How am I causing division? When I'm asking you to go after the criminals that you love to defend. So because you love to defend them, that makes me the one trying to divide you from maybe I'm trying to cause a social distancing between you and your criminal leaders. You should be appreciating me. You shouldn't even question me for going after them. It doesn't matter what language I use. It doesn't matter the way I present it. It doesn't have to bother you. You know why? Because I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them. You cannot talk about the problems in Nigeria. You cannot talk about the destruction of Nigeria without mentioning names of those who did it. You want us to talk about problems, give you solution, and ignore the criminals who made it happen. So how can I then be the one that is dividing you when your leaders have already told you that you have to be careful of Igbos? They have told you to be careful of Yorubas. They have told you to be careful of Hausa Fulani. They have told you to be careful of this and that. All of you are living in that world where you have to be careful of this and that. But on paper, you want to show it to the world that you are one Nigeria, a fake one. Where is Buhari taking you? Where is APC taking you? If you are an APC supporter and you keep quiet, you are a terrorist. Listen, guys, every APC supporter you see now that ever mount any defense in defense of either APC policy on this security issue or in defense of the lifeless BOKO Haram himself, just know this: he is a terrorist. I made a video, I think about a year or 2 years ago, And I said, an average APC member. There is no APC, there is no PDP, by the way. But every individual that tells you that I am APC supporter, I just don't like what they are doing there. Average of them is a potential terrorist. An average APC supporter that you see anywhere you go is a potential terrorist. And you know why? Because they believe in the ideology of the terrorists that they put in Aso Rock there, right? So therefore, everything that back those criminal policies up, further strengthen the terror. And if anybody tells you that I'm APC supporter, be careful. Oh. Be careful. It will clap. It will clap the day they send their soldiers to butcher you. It will clap the day you get kidnapped or get beheaded on TV. You know why? Because it will have to clap and give you a clap back because he believes that you will blame their lifeless God inside the asshole rock. So therefore, he's going to laugh. He's going to clap. In fact, he's going to blame you. So what is the difference between that? Those who cut people's head and those who come on social media to defend the criminals who should stop them. What's the difference between those who cut people's head and those ones? Terrorists. They are all terrorists. Now, let us go to where I believe that Boko Haram is the leader of terrorists in Africa. After they must have killed some terrorists who never gained access to power. APC is a party of terrorists, a jihadi party, a party of looters and criminals, and mostly dream killers. They have killed many dreams, they will still kill more. And this is why. As they are welcoming more of their terror organizations from all over Africa to relocate to Nigeria, they did it in 2015 when El-Rufai said he traveled to Gambia, traveled to Cameroon, traveled to Chad, Mali, and he went there to go and tell the Fulani terrorist, armed terrorists there, that they should come back to Nigeria. Their brother is now in power. The video is online. Don't be unfortunate to ask stupid questions here. The video is online where El-Rufai admitted that he traveled to go and tell terrorists to come back. Their brother is now in power for peace in Kaduna. Since they came back, you know how many people they have killed in southern Kaduna now. You read about it all the time, Abi. Well, let's start from those they are releasing. Before Boko Haram came to power, before APC took over power, there was some level of progress being made. There's some level of progress being made on the fight against terror. But the moment APC came in, they changed the whole thing to what we now have today. So instead of arresting terrorists, jailing terrorists or prosecuting terrorists, APC government is now releasing terrorists. And they started from December 2015. That's when they started releasing terrorists back into the society. We don't have their identity. We don't know their names. We don't know what they look like. No information of where they are sending them. Nothing, no number. You know, they are back in the society. At some point, a general in Nigerian army actually defended that policy of Boko Haram, the policy that freed terrorists every time they are caught. Every time the soldiers, Nigerian soldiers, fight to get some of them killed and some of them arrested, Boko Haram government has a policy that says they will not be taken to court. They will be freed as long as they claim to have repented. A general defended that decision, and he said a repentant Boko Haram fighter can become president of Nigeria. He is right. The first and the one and only Boko Haram member that ever become president in any part of the world is Boko Haram himself. The only Boko Haram member that ever gained power is Boko Haram himself. And it's a memo, it's a code. Nigerians are probably deliberately choosing to be, I mean, they have what is called this selective amnesia or so. Intentionally, you pretended that it's not happening. But every day you read about that, I mean, about the killings and the death of people in any part of Nigeria caused by these terrorists, it is due to the policy that APC, all past criminals, Buhari himself and his team, that they have brought upon your country. And that is the truth here. Policy that releases terrorists, policies that rehabilitate terrorists, policies that resettles and pay terrorists secretly is a policy that supports terrorism. Therefore, Buhari is the leader of the terrorist organization right now, destroying the entire West Africa right now, because they have he has that vast federal power and resources to fund them and protect them. And that's exactly what they are doing. And listen, don't even bring that bullshit about your DSS. Can you say it in court? And those nonsense. That rubbish stays with you in your Nigeria, okay? It stays there with you. The whole world knows about this. The rest of the world knows the genocidal, mission, campaign going on in Nigeria. They know. But when it comes to you, you love to deny it, because to you, it's going to make your lifeless Buhari useless, which he is, by the way. I don't know why you are disputing that, if you are an honest person to yourself. So they have a system that is releasing terrorists. They have released over 4,400 terrorists since Buhari came to power. 4,400 terrorists is more than, It's more than 10 battalion of soldiers. If I'm not mistaken, someone should help me out. If you release 4,400 former jihadists, terrorists, is that not like 10 battalion of soldiers, or 400, or 440? How many do we have in a battalion? Do the math. You release them back into the society. These were guys that were initiated, they were oriented, they were trained to destroy Nigeria. Then you came, you freed them, you pay them. Then you come back to say you are fighting terror. How does that make any sense? What policy is that? So, here we go. I'll try and pick a few now and read them out. We have one in this year alone. This year alone, in February, in 2020, February 2020, Buhari, and the Buratai, the butcher, they freed 1,400 Boko Haram suspects. They call them suspects. What the hell is suspects? People ransack villages and kill people, and you call them suspects. 1,400 of them were released towards February, and the news broke in February. We don't know their names. We don't know where they are and all of that. But they are back in the society. They are back into the thing here. 1,400 terrorists. Think about that. As if that was not enough, the same Buhari government is also planning to release another 603. 603 of them will be released. And the news came out in June that they are going to release 600 Boko Haram fighters. And they are going to de-radicalize them. Many of you don't know the billions they are spending on this. Buhari's government have spent over 4 trillion naira fighting Boko Haram. But instead of Boko Haram to go down in the last 5 years, they have in fact tripled, quadrupled, and we have more than 8 terrorist groups right now operating across North. You are a northerner listening to me, watching me right now. And in your mind, I shouldn't be saying this, right? Because it will make your Buhari look bad. But they say facts and figures don't lie. Even if you don't know all of this before, even if you don't know why these killings continue, can you at least for once, right, look into this and realize that there is no other place to point to, just to the same criminals that you call your leaders? And it is the truth. They will release another 603. They will de-radicalize them. They even live better than most of the Buharidins and the Buhari I know. Most of the Buhari Denotus, Buhari Dijatus who are now beggars on social media. These guys live better than them. If you see some of the pictures they have on here, these are the repented Boko Haram fighters. They pay them. They even said they were going to send them for foreign education. There was a time someone was moving a motion in the National Assembly to send them to, you know what I mean, to send them to abroad to go and study how to read and write. And all of you, the obedient fools, the humbled slaves, the sophisticated morons, you are here on social media ignoring this. You are fighting for, probably you are busy now thinking how to become a cleaner for Keyamo. A cleaner for Keyamo that will be collecting 20,000 naira. And you can clap for Buhari and say, thank you, Buhari, for giving me this 20,000 naira. Some people don't give us anything. Is that really your destiny? Now, they pay them. They free them. You don't know what happened to them. But you ended up seeing more killings and more killings and more killings. In Daura, I'm going to check this out for you and I will read it out as well. Daura village head kidnapped. District head. This is the man from Boko Haram's village. As we speak right now, he's been a victim too of Buhari's incompetence. His own people are suffering. Now, here is a part of the story I actually want to read out. It says, at a quarterly meeting with northern traditional rulers in Kaduna on Tuesday, the acting inspector general of police, blah, 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 said that 1,071 persons lost their lives in crime-related cases across the country in the first quarter of 2019. This was back last year, May, when they kidnapped Boko Haram's district head. Many Nigerians are now living as refugees in Cameroon. So, in 2017, are you listening? In 2017, in Cameroon alone, they have approximately 97,400 refugees, asylum. Now, 44,000 of them are from Nigeria. 80% of that figure, they come from Katsina State. From Boko Haram State. For the first time, these are the people. They now live in Cameroon as refugees. People in Cameroon, like Nigerians from Katsina, from all these places, now living in Cameroon. Jesus. Okay? That's not all. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't bring that up earlier to show you. So, let's hold on to that. Insecurity at its worst. And more killings, more death, supervised by the jihadi government that you want to root for or stand for. You're rooting for, whatever it is. Again, there was a time that this national security advisor to Boko Haram came out to tell us that the fight against Boko Haram has been compromised by the people within. People within. Who are the people within? They are the people who take decisions that shouldn't be making decisions. The former chief of staff to Boko Haram, your former president who died, Abba Kyari, was giving orders to the Nigerian army when he has no authority at all. Retired General Moguno, national security advisor to Boko Haram, was so pissed that he had to write a letter to all the service chiefs, all the security heads, and told them to stop taking orders from Abba Kyari. So there was a time that it was so obvious that that could be the end of Shekau and the rest of his gang. But rather than that to happen, order came. They said they have closed in. They've closed him in. It was about to be finished at that point. Order came in from Abuja that they should back off. And they actually back off. Shekau escaped. Another time was when Niger Republic Chad decided to go after Boko Haram from their own country, and they chased them. They chased Boko Haram to as far as Borno, while Buratai, the butcher, was busy molesting, harassing, and bullying Nigerians across the place. Chad chased Boko Haram in. But guess what? That was the moment as well that Buratai, the butcher, decided to fly to Borno, and they stopped Chadian army from going after Boko Haram that escaped to Borno in Nigeria. And after that, the carnage continued. The Were that flew to Borno to go and stop Chad from fighting on the territory of Nigeria went there to start serving them jollof rice. It was serving the few soldiers they could find and start serving them jollof rice, while the real ones that are fighting are busy in the bush with no ammunition to prosecute the war. So they work for them. They work together. And if they are not, why is it still raging this long? And we now have Fulani herdsmen. I call them Boko Haram too. In Katsina State, with the money they have, with the rubber they get all the time, they ended up paying over 100 million naira to bandits so that they can stop disturbing Katsina people. In Katsina State, the insecurity has escalated so bad that the state governor had to travel into the bush to go and find bandits to give money to. So he traveled kilometers into the bush. They didn't go there to apprehend or arrest all those terrorists. They went there to pay them money. 2 months after that, the same Mumu governor is out saying, I regret paying all these terrorists too. It's the only thing they know is violence. Now, the same way the governor is organizing today in Katsina, they are organizing prayer session so that Allah can help them fight Boko Haram or help them fight bandits. Thousands of people in Katsina, they are either refugees or they are in the captivity of the bandits. And they have different chapters of bandits in Katsina State. Most of their highways, motorways, expressways are no longer accessible because they are now den of terrorists. The same thing happened. Kaduna Abuja Expressway. It used to be, back then people used to complain about a bad portion of the road. Today, they have abandoned the road completely. You see that it's not making any news anymore, Abi. It's not making any news because people have accepted and adjusted. Now they take the train from Kaduna to Abuja. It's no longer safe to travel on Kaduna Abuja Expressway anymore. Same thing, it's no longer safe to travel from Kano to Borno, the Adamawa to Borno Expressway too. Dambarua or something they call the road. The insecurity has escalated so much that even members of House of Assembly, House of Representatives, senators, they no longer go to their ancestral homes anymore. They no longer go to their direct wards anymore. In Borno State, they tell you they have, I don't know how many local government they have, maybe 20 or 30. They will tell you they have 30 local governments in Borno State. But guess what? Only one local government is functioning. They have actually collapsed the entire state into the state capital because it's like all of them are now refugees in the state capital. People are now, those who are living in those scanty villages and the rest of them are those who couldn't make it to the state capital. They are those that are being killed most by the new terror group called the Fulani herdsmen in Nigeria, organized by Miyetti Allah. So for the first time, we have a terror organization that publicly came out to tell us that they are indeed the representatives of the Fulani terrorists, Fulani herdsmen. You cannot beat that. I have lived long enough to tell you that I have never seen anything like that. That an organization will come out and they will be recognized by the government as the speaker, representative of Fulani terrorists. Come on. I've never, that probably will be the lowest I've seen. But yes, we have Miyetti Allah in Nigeria threatening elected governors in Nigeria who refuse to give them land. And we see our representatives, the vice president to BOKO Haram, the ordinary commissioner, Ekene Shatabandu, fake pastor, Ruga, Agbowoni Babaoja of Nigeria, who also happen to be the special advisor on condolences, burial arrangements, and trader money. To BOKO Haram, the lifeless one, is a Yoruba man. Now, he can't speak up. Even you will see thousands and thousands of moronic or moron Yorubas that will tell you, what do you want him to say? You know why they are asking? Because they know if he see anything, they will punish him. And he has no power to defend himself. Then when you now ask them, why is he there then? Why can you now say, why are you saying Oshibajo is representing Yoruba in Buhari's government? So if Oshibajo is representing Yoruba in Buhari's government, how come Yoruba cannot speak? They say if Yoruba, that means if Oshibajo speak, they will punish him. So which means if Oshibajo speak on behalf of Yoruba, that is the government punishing Yoruba. An idiot Abobaku, who claim to be a Yoruba, those ones we call the Afonja Yorubas, they will tell you, they love that line of argument, right? They will tell you, you cannot do anything. What do you want him to do? He's just a vice president. And they are educated, though. Listen, they are educated, though. Because that is the ideology they have forced on them. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to them. Without Oshibajo, Buhari will not be president. That's the truth. Without any vice president on that ticket, there will never be any presidential candidate. It is just what it is. That means it's called joint ticket. But when you already have this slave mentality, that since you are vice, then you are just useless, you cannot speak your mind. And since you cannot speak your mind, then you have to remain vice president because your people want you to remain a dumb, an idiot that cannot speak his mind because they don't want you to lose that position. Of what benefit is that position when someone who you said is representing Yoruba in a government cannot speak up? Because if he tries to speak the truth, they are going to punish him. Now, he cannot speak that truth, and he cannot also leave that government, and he is representing Yoruba. Even if Fulani herdsmen, Fulani terrorists have already taken over all our bushes, all our forests, 1,742 locations. 1,742 locations have been identified as Fulani hideout in Yoruba land, and they can strike anytime. They are killing people right now, and they are doing everything to bury those stories, to bury those reports. And whenever they get caught in Yoruba land, they have to be sent immediately to the police and get released immediately in Yoruba land. They are killing our young people. SARS, milking our people, turn them to, frustrating the life of the young people in Yoruba land. And the vice president, who is a Yoruba man, cannot say it. Because if he says it, they are going to punish him. That is the explanation of a Buhari Ditini. Àwọn wèrè afọ́fúngbẹ́mu, àwọn ọmọkọ́mọ, àwọn ọmọ ẹranko, àwọn ọmọ ìrankíran in Yoruba land. A Yoruba man will tell you he cannot do anything. If he cannot do anything, why is he there? Do you want him to leave the place? Okay, then stop saying that he's representing Yoruba, because he's not. How difficult is that? I cannot speak to make a change. I will be punished. I cannot resign because, well, I'm representing my people. You are not. You're fucking representing yourself. So when you listen to any Yoruba idiot pushing that line, just know where they are coming from. The humbled slaves, the sophisticated morons, and then we have them, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, bringing that line of argument. Yoruba now, we are no longer relevant. That is just the explanation. You lie to Yoruba people that Yorubas, hey, if you vote for Oshibajo, then when you failed, you keep placating Yorubas to tell them that, you know, you cannot, it's just a vice president. Now, Oshibajo is now just a vice president. Someone that should be representing the people, or representing over 60 million people. That person is now just. To Buhari, the man that is representing less than 10 million people in the project Nigeria, that one, whatever it says, is final. And you representing the population of over 60 million intelligent, reliable people, you cannot speak because you are just a vice president. And you want me to accept that? You want me to join you and say, well, it's true, Sha. He's just a vice president. For those expecting that. So he is part of it. He cannot say anything. And all this stealing, killings, none of them is unknown to him. He cannot live. He cannot talk. And we just have to just indulge them. No. We won't. We won't. It is deliberate that they will cover the terrorists, protect the terrorists, and they will come for you who try to ask them or call them out. The Shiites, I don't know if I pronounced that there right. The Shiites, they were peaceful people. To me, they are. They are peaceful people. They have their faith, just like you have yours. If you say you are a Christian and they say they are Shiite, even if they say they are worshiping whatever it is, they are not different from you. It's their faith. Now, if anything happen at all that they have violated any public order or worldview, what you will do is you will use the state power, you will use the law to curtail them. You don't use the state power, state law, resources to crush them because they have a different religious faith to yours, and you will never want that to happen. They didn't tell you the full story. The stories of the Shiites and the killings of Shiites by this government in Nigeria is deliberate. It's not because they have anything against them, anything up that is illegal. No. And all the political, all those ones who claim to be emirs, all those ones where they put on a whole bed sheet in their head to pretend like they are intelligent, they are the spiritual leader, this and that, all those mad people. They are among. They are watching their people being killed on different political considerations that are irrelevant to the people they claim to be leading. Buratai the butcher coordinated the killings of the Shiites. They killed and killed and killed. Kaduna Littlefinger, El Rufaya of Kaduna, also used the state resources to give them mass burial and bury the evidence. People will excavate, all those things will be exhumed. They will be exhumed someday. All the bodies of those they killed and buried. They killed the Shiite. You saw the video. We watched everything live. Some of you are justifying the killings. You are justifying the attack. Because to you, if you should say it's wrong, then you will be saying Buhari is wrong. And it's never going to happen. Because to you, that would mean you are wrong to have believed that Buhari was anywhere a leader. We watch it like a movie. Nigerian army, Nigerian soldier, the elite team from the presidency. Do you know that those who were shooting at Shiite in Abuja in 2015, 2016, do you know that they are actually not proper soldiers they brought them from they call them the elite presidential guide. They brought them from the presidency. Their job is that you will never know their identity. They came on the street of Abuja. They shot Nigerians. They shot Nigerians live on camera. And they are still walking about, driving about, calling themselves your leaders. And you actually believe that you are a terrorist. Very soon, the hand of the law will catch up with you one way or the other. You are a terrorist as a terror enabler. We saw how they shot and killed people. Young people, children. with cut off limbs and all of that. Young children. And no pim from the northern leaders. No pim from them. Everybody just pretended like pim, nothing happened. They saw the video. They saw. In fact, they when Amnesty International and the rest of the other platform began talking about it, then that's when all these Olori Brukus, these mad people from the north, those your mad leaders, those your criminal thugs, those touts, those your religious leaders, those terrorists you call leaders in the north. Then they wanted to defend the northern. They want to defend the northern integrity. Don't bring religion to it. Don't stop attacking the north. It's a problem. They are troublemaker. Someone should interpret it for them. So you want me to now stand here and pretend that it makes sense? Yeah. No pim. They kill Shiite. They killed them. They killed 1,100 in Kaduna. They killed in Zaria, 1,100 plus they killed in a single day. They were going inside, killing them like this. And they carried all their bodies, gave them a mass burial in Kaduna. You think the truth will not come out later? It's going to come out. They're not going to be in there forever. You, northerners, you will ask them someday. And they will bring those bodies and other killings they are committing in the north. They will bring the bodies out and those who committed them. They killed them. They killed people. Live on camera. Nothing happened. They got away with that. Then, boom, Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy. You know that stuff. Let me hear something from Alexa. Alexa, tell me about Biafra. Sorry, my volume. Alexa, turn it up to 7. Now, Alexa, Biafra. My volume is still acting up. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Nnamdi Kanu came and he said, I have seen something. Oh, if you guys are not careful, these guys will begin killings in the way you've never seen before. In fact, the plan is to spread fear among every tribe, Hausa, Fulani, Igbo, and this and that. And their plan was to take over everywhere. It sounded like, what was he talking about? What's this guy talking about? So many Nigerians who are allergic to truth. Unfortunately, I was one of them. Unfortunately, at the time. Because I was like, it's not going to happen. If they want to take over land, they can take over their land. In Yoruba land, it's not going to happen. I was wrong. Even though I was partially right, but I was wrong thinking nobody will ever even bring up that idea. How you want to take our land? How? That could be war now. You have to kill us before you take our land now. Like in Yoruba, where me I come from. But I was wrong. Before we could say Jack or Shibaju, fake Pastor Ruga, they started. Oh, before that. Before we could say Jack, oh boy, killing don't start. Oh, they say what's happened? They say na Fulani herdsmen, oh, Fulani farmers fighting. Oh, how can Fulani and farmers be fighting? And they have about 100 people killed, 120 people killed. On top waiting, 200 houses destroyed. Oh boy, hey, this thing don't they look like say something they cook up. Oh, before we know it, Ekiti, Ondo, Ogun, Oyo, Oshun, they are battling with invading Fulani herdsmen, going into people's farms, destroying their farms. Wait. Let's say this thing don't they happen. No. But before we know it, they arrested and kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. They used their media to propagate every goddamn thing they could share about him. Just to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is more dangerous than Shekau. just to tell all of us that, listen, their media, you know them anyway. They told us that Nnamdi Kanu was even more dangerous than Shekau. And to this day, if you meet an average Buhari idiot, it's going to tell you the same. If you meet a Buhari idiot, it's going to tell you the same. And tell you that Nnamdi Kanu want to cause war. Which war? You are already being killed in thousands. The figures come out every time. You have been so used to the killings that some of you don't even sort of see it as anything until they kill you too. So, how can Nnamdi Kanu be more dangerous? I began thinking, like, this doesn't make any sense. In fact, I actually like people who doesn't really go along with the general norm. I like rebellious people because I'm also a rebel myself. So I got interested, like, okay. Then I started listening to Nnamdi Kanu. Like, okay, it actually makes a lot of sense there. Okay, maybe that one was a little bit exaggerated. Okay, but that actually makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to see all these abuses as they want me to see it. No, I want to listen to what he's saying. This particular one makes sense. Why are they going after these guys? I became interested, and the rest, they say, is now history. That's how I became friends of Biafrans. That was the moment some of my Yoruba brothers, they didn't forgive me to this day. They wanted me to inherit their imaginary enemies. They wanted me to be like them by condemning those who are also running away from the persecution of the same corrupt system entrenched in their own region, same way like you and me, who are also battling with entrenched corrupt system in Yoruba land. So how can they be my problem when they don't even make laws for me? How can Igbo man be my problem when he doesn't even write my budget in Yoruba land? How can an Igbo man be my problem when he doesn't even award any contract or do anything in the capacity of government in Yoruba land? No, I'm not going to inherit your enemy. They never forgave me for that to this day. They like me. Let me tell you something, An average Yoruba man may say something about me. He may say all these horrible things. But inside him, he likes Mayegun. He disagrees with Mayegun, but he likes Mayegun. But why am I saying this again? Is this. The system decided to go after those they considered as threats. So Nnamdi Kanu became a threat at that point, not just to the Igbo leaders. He became a threat to the entire rotten system. You don't know the power of a media. You don't know. Some of you don't know. But now you will know. With the power of social media, you will know that we are up in arms. Serious one with them. The billions they stole to build media houses, to buy media equipment so that they can lie to you. They can continue to lie to you. Social media don't destroy them. With small change, we will build the greatest, the vastest, the most formidable media platform. Now our voice. So that's what they did. They used their media to tell you all manner of things, and it worked because it satisfied the curiosity of the gullible ones who love things like that. By the way, they went after IPOB. People with the hold flag. People with that period, holding flag became a weapon. So if you hold a flag in Nigeria, that means you are holding a weapon. A soldier can shoot you. It's like it's a law. Do you get that now? It's like it's law. If you hold a flag, a soldier can shoot you. A policeman can shoot you and kill you. But at that time, they haven't made it a law. While they are hunting, they kept Nnamdi Kanu in prison. To break him. Why they are making different deals, trying to offer him different things in there. Because it's their usual. Don't let anybody deceive you. Even as Janjala, as Konkolo as I am, if they are lucky enough to get someone like me in their custody, now so they're going to offer me everything where they know if offer. Even Satan no fit offer you. They will be telling you this. If they are lucky to have someone, they will never be that lucky. I know they come there, stay there. I know they miss una. So they were offering so many things, but in their media, oh, Nnamdi Kanu this, and they went after young people who disagree with them. Those who said, I don't want to be part of you anymore. They use all the state weapon because they know they didn't have any weapon. Do you think if IPOB members have guns, if they have their own guns, if they have their own propellers and the rest of that, like the BOKO Haram, like the Fulani Asmen, and the rest of those terrorists that Buhari is funding right now, do you think Buratai the butcher will be so confident that they can carry camera to be showing their entrance into Anambra? Do you think he would dare? Why is he not showing camera? Why is he not carrying their media to take them to face Boko Haram now? Because he knows that Boko Haram know the joke. They'll be business partner, and there are some things, there are some protocols you can't break. So, in your own face, Nigeria mobilized the weapon, the armory of Nigeria army to go after people who are holding flags. Holding flags. Biafra or death, Biafra or death, and they are holding their flag like this, not gone. No. Buratai gets shocked. Buhari lost sleep, and the rest of them ran mad, and they had to send mad animals, terrorists. We later realized that. Do you know the soldiers they sent to? Do you know the Nigerian soldiers they sent to sent after IPOB members? We later found out that they were actually the repentant Boko Haram fighter terrorists. They put uniform on them. Okay, those are the repentant Boko Haram terrorists. They sent terrorists to go and fight freedom fighters in Nigeria, sponsored by Nigeria. It is a serious allegation that is ongoing right now. They may not have told you. I am telling you now. Those they called repented Boko Haram that they have reabsorbed into their secret jihadi army, right? Were those they sent after Nam. That's why when they got there, they were ready to kill everybody. They even killed the dog in the house. Imagine that. They shot at the dog and killed their dog. Because their job was to kill everything. That is what terrorists do. If you are a soldier, a Nigerian soldier, a trained soldier, you will know that when they tell you to go and kill people who have nothing, who only have flags, they are sending you to commit terrorism. And that is what dictators do. That is what terrorist government does. That's what they do. And they went there to kill Nnamdi Kanu. So Nnamdi Kanu became more dangerous to Nigeria at that time than Shekau, that is beheading reverend fathers, killing children, kidnapping children, ransacking villages, destroying families, destroying lands for decades, for over 10 years now. They didn't do that to him. They didn't. 28 people were killed in Nnamdi Kanu's house that day. 28 people. In fact, the report was, and all throughout the shooting at Nnamdi Kanu's house, no single catapult was fired back at them. Does that not tell you they are terrorists? Which soldier? 2020. Soldier will go somewhere and people don't shoot anything, and they said they were going there to arrest him. Waiting concern soldier arresting a civilian when you are not in military government. That is where we knew that it wasn't actually the true soldiers they sent to Nnamdi Kanu's house. They sent terrorists, and the job was kill everything that moves. They killed 28 people. How many of you actually care about that, by the way? And how many of you know that? Nnamdi Kanu by faith, and the smart guys who probably got the wind. They said, I remember that day. I was live. The only thing I didn't do that day was to probably whip on camera. It's so hard for me to whip on camera, by the way. But I was so hot. I was so sad. I watched the video. I saw things. But I knew. They said Nnamdi Kanu wanted to stay in the house and die there. But it was too much for those who genuinely are after the Biafran struggle. Nnamdi Kanu is just the face. And that is one thing some of you don't understand. When you try to push something, you don't know how many strings attached to keep it forceful and stable and formidable like that. They couldn't let him stay. Even when the soldiers were already outside shooting, and Nnamdi Kanu was shown in the house, live video, telling us that they are attacking us, his brother was carrying the video, their phone about showing Nnamdi Kanu. We thought they were going to kill him. These guys moved in. They moved in. And they, as they say, they extracted him. For those who know how that works. Some of you may not, probably you may have forgotten. I don't forget things like that. That day, Nnamdi Kanu escaped. We were all waiting in a bated breath. Did they kill him? What happened? Did they arrest him? Did they kidnap him again? What's going on? The rest, they say, is history. He's alive today, tormenting those who attempted to kill him. And you think he should be nice. He should be speaking nicely to you. To who? He should stop insulting you. Insulting you. They say only dead man don't talk. He is lucky. He is alive. He will continue to torment you. And he will continue to have my own support, by the way. Nnamdi Kanu will never do anything wrong in my own eyes. Ever. You know why? It's because whatever he does, I know his target. And the way he pushes his message, I know that he knows his target too. And his target are those criminals. Some of you are so emotionally attached to, tribally attached to, religiously attached to. They are criminals. Stop attaching yourselves to them. When you begin to detach yourself from them, Nnamdi Kanu's messages will no longer sound like abuses to you anymore. But because many of you are still attached to your criminal leaders, your tribal local champions who call themselves your leaders. So why won't you feel insulted? You will always be insulted. So every message that comes from Nnamdi Kanu is a yes from me, and it's a yes from the majority of my friends too. And I have no apology for that. You can eat your head on the wall. That's your own fucking business. The criminals, the thieves, the traitors that you call Yoruba leaders, Igbo leaders, or whatever leader you call them, they deserve no goddamn respect from anybody. They earn it, and they will always get it. So we never do any wrong in my own eyes, ever. Then another person came and said, you know what, guys? These guys are actually not really invincible. If you all really know the value or the power in your strength, we can get rid of these guys overnight. Yes, we can. Omoyele Sowore. Some of you became popular because you know how to abuse Sowore. You know how to criticize Sowore. You know how to cook up things that will gather 1,000 comments, 10,000 likes, 1 million shares. Even though inside of you, you know you are hurting yourselves too. Because those you are doing it for, they give no damn about you. Sowore left his family. He left his family in America. I would have done that. I was intending to do that too. I left my family. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Nigeria. I'm going to drag him. We started a political party. We called the young people together. Come, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's send this Baba away from our own small space here. Let me take over. They say, yeah, let's do. Ashe, they are mostly the same as those we are trying to send away. Sowore came. You became Mr. Sowore investigator. You became the truth sayer. You became the most sensible person who is telling your other idiots that Sowore is more dangerous than the politicians that destroy your lives for 60 years. And you are bragging about it. It's going nowhere. It's wasting his time. He's just wasting his time. Why? Now, when you return them, you called him names. You were so happy, by the way, when you realized that he couldn't even win one local government. You were happy. Sowore later got arrested. You were happy. arrested by the criminals who have failed you again and again and again, you were happy. Sowore was publicly nearly lynched, publicly in court. He was nearly strangulated. You didn't get angry, did you? You were happy because your oppressors are doing what they are doing to you psychologically. They are doing it to him physically. Bullying him, pressing him, hitting him, abusing him. Because that is what they do to you psychologically without touching you. You watch them do it to him in public. You ridiculed him. You were writing different articles. You were writing different stories on social media to justify that he deserved it from the hands of the criminals that are your leaders. So you are an enabler. So today, you are back on social media, asking those who are telling you that until you stop, until you change, until you rethink, Buhari will take you to the grave the same way he's going to take Nigeria to the grave. Because immediately, that is if he's lucky enough, immediately he leaves, the process of breaking up of Nigeria will begin like never before. And that's something you should be looking out for, by the way. You are back on social media asking people to come back home and come and fight for you, then curse you. Sowore is home. He is home right now. And he's been home for over a year now. For nearly 2 years. Hello? You want someone to come and lead you? He even offered himself to lead you. But because you are so destroyed, God help your soul. You want everyone to be like you, to be ridiculed, to be psychologically abused, and to be forcefully oppressed. That's what you want. But you will not get that anymore. When you are tired, if you are lucky enough that they don't kill you now, if they don't kill you before Nigeria break up, right? When you are tired, you will be the first to start shouting, let's break it up. And that's where we're going. Where is it taking you? Security-wise, I just gave you the security background of how they messed the whole thing up. On the day they said, let us take it back in the form of sending a message to these people that we are not animals, we are not foolish, we are not stupid, we will not continue to take this from you, blah, 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 blah. Just send the message. You Lilliputian, coward, spineless, sophisticated morons. You were busy on Facebook looking for Mayegun that is living his life in Glasgow. Did I tell you I want to lead you to fight for Nigeria? Did I? Did I tell you that I want to lead you or I want to fight for you? When you are tired, you will fight for yourselves. Sowore is there right now. The best time he could get any support to face those criminals, there is no other time than now. But what are you doing now? You're already busy telling us that PDP will be the best. Since APC don't fail you again, make you go try PDP again. And possibly you will go and get your articulator to come and help you again. And you bring a new set of dying criminals right now. Some of them who have been pushed away from the from your national port. So you will voluntarily, some of you programmed morons, articulated morons, articulators of this world. You are busy right now speaking English. Now, those that are currently out of your national post, you will go and drag them back. Our leader, come and save us, sir. Come and save us. We believe in you. Come and save us. They will come back again. They will begin to rape you again. And you begin to cry again after 2 years. Oh God, and they will create another one. They'll say, you know what, guys? PDP, okay, no, we agree. PDP, APC don't fail. We will try GDP. See, that's true, GDP. That one will make sense, so. We will try GDP. They don't cost all of una. Una no get idea. The only way out of it is for you to stop. That's what I'll keep saying. Stop. And if there's any better time to stop thinking that you can save Nigeria, the better time to stop is now. I don't even want to start with all the foreign mission, Nigerian foreign mission. They call them embassies abroad. You are living abroad. You living abroad, right? And you know what it is. when it comes to your own embassy and those things they do there as well. Abi, they say it's a story for another day. Good. Where is Buhari and APC taking you to? When you get the answer, call me. Good morning, everybody. I'll see you.
ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ayé bó ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ayé bó ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó pé wọ́n débẹ̀ o.
ayé kò tí ì dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ayé kò tí ì dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
ayé kò tí ì dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ayé kò tí ì dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú màmá ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú màmá ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọ́ màmá fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀hùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sí wọn bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀n lọmọ bá dé ló tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ kùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o gbogbo ẹni tó bá dán wò á kà mọ́. ayé kò tí ì dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí o. ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní bí wọ́n níran.
ayé kò tí ì dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ayé kò tí ì dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Thank you. SQ, my brother, God will bless you for me. So I'll see you guys some other time. Good morning.